Alright, everybody, so FSR just got a major update, which I think is gonna fix a lot of, the big issues with the game currently right now, as well as implementing the fixes in a way that isn't gonna really ruin the game too much, as well as making the game even easier and better for a lot of players. So again, another big step in the right direction. Um, Snake is very clearly listening to criticism of the game and trying his best to find the balance between his vision for the game and the what the players want from the game, right? So currently I am in a public server. There's not that many people here because it is very early in the morning. But I mean, I purposely joined a smaller one in my region, and as you guys can see, my ping is actually very low, especially for a Roblox game. Now, I don't know what the hell Snake did, but I guess he really fixed a lot of the lag issues. Uh, I I don't I'm not experiencing any lag right now. Like, I could go fight for sure, and I just want to point this out. This is the first thing that I noticed when I joined in, is I'm pretty sure that a lot of the lag issues has been just straight up fixed a little bit, and it's really refreshing and nice to actually see in the game, right? Some other stuff that he did was make it so that way if you lose a raid or if you die in a raid, but I thought that was a golden frog for a second. I'm still on the lookout for that quest, by the way. No, you would be able to tell if it was golden. That's a shiny one, though. But basically, where was I? Where was I? Oh yeah, if you die in a raid, pretty much, as long as you did enough damage and you contributed enough to the raid, you will still be rewarded, which is a great update, because a lot of the time, especially someone who is contributing the most to the raid, that person is the most likely to die. And having your carry die on you, and then you have the rest of the people just drag it over the finish line, that kind of sucks. As well, if you did good, and you just kind of got BS'd out of a death or something, and you got BS'd out of the raid rewards, then that does suck. It's happened to me a lot of times. And some of the raids in this game are very unforgiving. The Android raid, the Winter raid, the very unforgiving raids. And it's nice that if you contribute and earn your rewards, you will still get them as long as your team still wins, which is nice to know. Now, the next big update, there's a bunch of stuff. I recommend you guys join the Discord server. It's discord.gg/finalstand. And while I'm plugging things, even though that's not my Discord server to plug, you can join my Discord server too. It's in the link in the description. But I'm trying to hit 50k subscribers by the end of the year. So if you guys want to subscribe and help me reach that goal, that would be awesome. I've gained 1,000 subscribers in the last 28 days alone, and I'm pretty sure 500 of which have been in the last day or two. So that is an overwhelming amount of support. I really appreciate it. So make sure you guys keep subscribing, keep supporting the videos. I'm going to keep making them. I'm very grateful for the support, and I'm going to keep making content on this game because clearly you guys are liking the content, and hopefully I'll be hosting more community events and stuff like that, so just stay tuned. Now moving on, one thing that's going to help with community events is the fact that he actually added the private server game pass. Now, in the previous version of the game, Final Stand had a basic Roblox private server function, and it was okay. It did its job, but you had to pay a ridiculous amount of Robux every month. Now, Final Stand Remastered very obviously has a reputation for being super expensive and not having very fair prices. And my theory on that, and it's not as much a theory as this is definitely the case, but it's genuinely because he opened his mouth so many years ago and said that he was going to allow everybody to keep their game passes, that he couldn't go back on his word on that. So he had to give them out. And then, because he gave them out, I guess he's afraid that he's not going to make a lot of money on the game. So he had to make the game passes really expensive for some reason. That's, like, my first concern. Because I don't understand why he would raise the game pass prices. I understand for certain things, he wants to, like, make the gap between paying players and non-paying players is as close as possible. So, like, a lot of the game passes are super expensive to sort of stop people from buying them, but we all know that that's probably, like, half BS and that's being, like, very kind, saying that it's only half BS. Like, let's be honest here. You just want more money, man, and that's fine. It's good to make your bag, but, like, if you guys want this is my big Final Santa hot take. I don't think he should have ever promised that we were getting our game passes transferred. Because yes, it sucks for people who bought the game passes, but the original game was an entire game, like, had over, like, 7 years worth of time we could have spent on it to use those game passes. And the fact that we got stuck with crap like this, having to pay the ridiculous amount that you have to pay for this, is ridiculous. 400 Robux for a one-time purchase for your aura color, 600 Robux for a one-time purchase of your key color. So if you don't like it, you have to pay another 600 Robux to get it back. That is ridiculous. So, not to mention this is ridiculous. I mean, come on. But seriously. And Time Chamber is really expensive too. I believe it's like 1,000 now. This game pass is actually secretly very good. I'm probably gonna make a video on it. And I'll make a video talking about game passes, but anyway. Yeah, that's my hot take on Final Sand, is that Snake should not have promised to give us our game passes back, because, like, while yes, it's nice for the people who bought their game passes, the people who are new to the game, maybe people who were barely even alive when the original game came out, are playing this game, and the game passes are just so expensive. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you gotta think, Final Stand came out like 8 years ago, so it's a little saddening to see, like, how expensive the game passes are gonna be. So another big update that came with this update is, if I go and accept a quest that I haven't done yet, and I know I haven't done this quest back here, and you might have noticed it in the Evil Majin quest, it tells you how much XP and Zenny you're actually going to get. So this is going to give me 3k Zenny and 45k XP, which honestly seems like a lot to me. Like, 3k Zenny is good. For one quest, that's great, Zenny. 45k XP, I don't know how much XP that is yet, because we haven't been able to see any amount of XP so far. I don't know why Snake decided to hide this information from us. The only answer I can give you is artificial difficulty. He really tried to make this game, like, so hard for no reason, when all he had to do was rely on the NPC, like, AI. It was hard enough as it was, you know? And how slow leveling was if you didn't know other methods to level. Now, there's so much more information coming out about the game, and more that we find out, the more and more it's looking like you really are not supposed to do quests as your main source of XP anymore. That seems like an outdated feature from the old Final Stand that we all have to adapt to. That, simply put, doing your green quests and calling it a day is not enough to get you 90% of the way to the next world. And green quests are more so there as almost like achievements and progression, like, just, like, yeah, bonus XP and whatnot, but you're really just showing off the power that you got from doing your other training, really, is how it feels to be for me, right? And also getting Zenny, of course. But it just genuinely feels weird that he chose to withhold so much information from us, and now actually showing us the rewards in Zenny is nice. Now, another thing that he's showing us is, apparently, if you accept a quest that is quote-unquote too difficult for you, or you're under-leveled for, the game will warn you. And that's something I actually want to test out, so I'm going to test it out. So let me finish this quest real quick. and I will do that. Uh, but another big update that Snake added in this update is the fact that he added the private server game pass. I think I can't remember if I was going somewhere with that earlier or not. I honestly can't remember. But the private server game pass now, yeah, I do remember. I was talking about it and I completely forgot. So, like I said in the old Final Stand, you had you had the private server, like, Roblox feature, and it was already got the job done. But now it's a one-time purchasable game pass, and it's 750 Robux, which is quite expensive, but in a game like Final Stand, having a private server is really nice, just because you can minimize the lag, you can minimize the distraction, you can minimize people jumping you, and trust me, people are gonna jump you. But one thing it will not do is protect you from bounties. And that's honestly a good thing, because I don't want people to be able to hide from bounties in their private servers. That's really lame. It doesn't make sense for you to be able to do that. Now, the amount of times you're probably going to get invaded in your private server is going to be, like, next to none, I think. I don't think you're very commonly going to get invaded in your private server. The odds sound so low to happen to me, like, out of every player, it chooses one in a private server. Maybe they're targeted or going to be targeted in the code more, but I don't know. But either way, you should be pretty safe in your private server, so that is good. That's very good. And it's funny that he fixes the lag in public servers, at least in my experience so far. Let me know what you guys are experiencing in the comments, please, because I'm very curious. But for me, I feel amazing in the public servers I'm in right now. There we go. By the way, that actually 45k. I believe that did move my XP bar quite a bit. Keep in mind, I am very high level for this game, so that is something to keep in mind. But anyway, yes. So XP, or sorry, private servers. That is very nice, very nice. I don't believe there's anything too much more to talk about. He fixed some bugs. When you're doing a no flying quest, the moves won't consider you as flying anymore, which is nice. If something is fully mastered, it will have 4 white stars now. And if something is fully perfected, it'll have 4 golden stars now. So, none of these moves I have fully perfected yet, huh? Melee moves. I have to have some in here. I think Launcher? Maybe, yeah, Rush I have fully perfected. Launcher almost. So it's just... And Meteor Crash, of course. So just some nice fixes there. I'm gonna hop to a lower slot, and we're actually gonna investigate what it looks like to... I think number 1, use a private server, and then number 2, get that message saying it is not recommending you to do that quest. You may be too low level to do it, right? So let's go see what the game says. So I'm gonna fly right to the Universal Champion quest, and we're gonna see exactly what it says. Does it give a recommended level? You think you can stop the Universal Champion? Yeah, I do. Rewards 35k XP, 1k Zenny. It didn't give me a warning. That's very strange. I feel like it probably should have. Maybe it's not out yet? Let me recheck the or let me check like a really hard quest. This quest right here. Are you gonna give me a warning? No, they're not. That gives a lot of XP though, wow. Okay, let me see the patch notes one more time. And by the way, I just checked the server list and he says he finally fixed the server browser. So hopefully that is true, because it hasn't been true the last like 2 times he tried to help it, you know? I don't really see where did he put that? One second. By the way, apparently there's new moves in the ranked shop. I don't really know too much about that. I think the ranked shop is just those like little NPC dummies that are in ranked that you can talk to, and I think they'll like switch, like flip through, you know, if that makes sense. And like kind of like the shop, like the Z shops for clothing, they'll refresh and you can get new ones. So there should be a new purchasable skill in the rank shop. I don't know what it is. And they apparently gave the Banera's raid a new skill. I don't know if it's a drop or if it's just a move that he uses, but I assume it's a drop. And I'm not exactly seeing where he said that. No, I do see it. It is there. Quests now warn you if you're under-leveled for them. It is not warning me. One second. Oh! This is new. I've never seen this before. Look at the bottom left. Difficulty easy. Stat gain average. Passives faster ki blast. Always stays in transform state. What? Normal. Stat gain average. Passives increase stats at low health. Alien. Subrace dependent. Stat gain subrace dependent. Passive subrace dependent. So it doesn't tell you anything about that. Human average. Passives none. Saiyan. None. Stat gain low. Difficulty hard. Nice. Stat gain improved. Passive can't charge ki. Passive ki regen. No ki sense. Can absorb ki blasts. Improved ki sense. That is true. And they also have actives. Bounce off walls when flung. That's good. So wait, why is the Namekian normal and Majin is easy? That doesn't make sense. I feel like they're about the same. And then of course, the only race that is considered hard is Saiyan. Android being considered hard, I think that's cap. I think that's cap. Alright, there's no way in hell it doesn't warn me about a level 1 trying to do this. Right? It's not. I don't think it is. Maybe I have to go try to do the quest? Let's see. Yeah, while I'm flying over here, I think that maybe it'll trigger something and warn me about this when I enter the area. One thing that this is gonna do actually is give me a new video. I can go around and look at all the quests and look at how much XP they give and really tell you guys. So if let's say I try my best here. Failed the quest, died. Yeah, no crap. Nothing. Okay. Well, you guys can expect that video soon of all the best quests in the game to do, I suppose, and how much XP you're actually getting. Yeah, this is a little ridiculous. I don't know why that's not working. Maybe it's just not pushed out yet. And also, I just wanted to point out he just typed in the server adjusted for mastery requirements, so I wonder what that means. Alright, well that's gonna do it for this video. I couldn't replicate, or actually no, that's not gonna do it for this video because I'm gonna check out private servers real quick. So, the private server code, this is where you put your friend's code. Private server is how you enter your private server. And when it loads, as you'll see on the top of the screen, it'll give me a code, and that code changes every time I make a new private server. And I believe if someone is in my private server, it will stay the same. So if I leave, someone can stay in my private server. So I'm gonna make sure I reset. Oh, nice. I'm gonna make sure I reset it so no one gets in my server and just hijacks it. I wonder what happens in that scenario. If someone just decided to stay in my server forever, and I couldn't get them out, like could I make a new one eventually? I wonder. Hopefully no one decides to do that. Now, would you guys see that? I don't know. Considering every time I go live, someone tries to leech off my raids or come jump me. Maybe not. So it turns out that another update has been added to the log. Maybe I should wait before editing this video. But another update was added to the log for private servers, and something I forgot to mention was that you can't find Dragon Balls in private servers, but that's actually wrong now, because you can. And Snake actually kind of dropped information on how Dragon Balls spawn. He says that in the private servers, it's a 0.7% chance per hour. So it seems that Dragon Balls in this game spawn every hour at a chance. So I guess at the top of every hour, go check your Dragon Balls and server hop a bunch and see if, you know, you can find Dragon Balls. Maybe that's it. And when I start, by the way, guys, when I start looking for Dragon Balls, and I'm going to write down all the locations so I can hopefully make a non-Dragon Ball radar guide for the guys who don't have the radar. It does suck that that's locked behind a Game Pass, but it is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to end the video there. I hope you guys enjoyed. I think that Snake is showing that he is trying to meet people in the middle, even if he isn't, you know, doing exactly what everyone wants him to do. I think that, like, despite what everyone is saying, it's still his game, and he has a vision for it. And yes, he needs to listen to criticism if he wants the game to succeed for the people, but this is also his own form of art. And if he wants you to lose XP and Xeneon Death, then by golly, we are. So, it's unfortunate for the people who don't like that. If you're watching this video and you don't like it and you're struggling, I have plenty of advice and tips and tricks on my channel, and I plan on making more videos. So make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to hit 50K by the end of the year. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hopefully, right? Hopefully.